Greetings, kingdom citizens. How you doing out there? This is Chief Bishop, the voice of the body, your kingdom leader, coming to you with a midnight snack. Tonight, I just want to release unto the people of God a subject that is very controversial, because we as a culture of people have adopted the phrase kings and queens. We're kings and we're queens. Now you look at reality shows. You have the queens of Birmingham, the queens of Miami, the queens of New York, and all sorts of things. And then you have the men call themselves bosses, self-made bosses, and the woman, because most of them are not the wife, the woman calls the man her king. Now here's the thing about this subject. Queens and kings don't carry themselves in the atmosphere that we carry ourselves in. Let me break it down to you. A queen, she's not provocative. She's not walking around with booty shorts on, showing her butt cheeks. She's not clubbing every night. She's not sleeping with every man. Everybody don't have access to a queen. But to you, my queen, you're doing all the above. And you call yourself a queen? You call yourself a queen walking around with your breasts out? You walk around with a fishnet dress on with just stickers over your private parts? And you're a queen. You're a queen. Everybody has access to you, but yet you're a queen. And not just bashing the women, but this is how it is. You have the reality shows, man. I was watching the TV and the reality show came on, the Queens of Birmingham. And all these women are half naked, sitting on national TV, showing everything they got. And most of them were saying that they were married and they thank their husbands for this, that, and the third. But you sitting up here showing everything. That's not a queen status. Listen, go to Proverbs 31. It tells you what a queen's supposed to be. The old scriptures, the old timers used to call it a Proverbs 31 woman. All I'm saying is we have adopted these phrases and these terms, and we don't fit the narrative. We don't fit the narrative. Men, you call yourself bosses. You call yourself kings. A king ain't out chasing every woman he see. Let me put it in your terms. A king ain't slutting a woman out. You understand what I'm saying? A king ain't running around getting high day in and day out. A king ain't beating on his woman day in and day out. A king ain't sagging his pants, showing his underwear day in and day out. A king ain't repping about how much time he done put in the prison system. He ain't repping how many bodies he got under his belt. He ain't drinking day in and day out. Not a king. And for the ones who want to be technical and say that there were kings that did it, those kings were horrible kings. They weren't successful in the eyes of God. Here's a topic, or here's a phrase that we as Christians love to say. David was a man after God's own heart. Well, that word heart doesn't mean that muscle that beats in your body, that filters the blood through your body. That's not the heart. That heart is not an emotion or a feeling deep down within that you get butterflies and you call it love from the heart. That's not what a man after God's own heart was. David was a man after God's own heart, meaning mind. David thought like, when David confessed the thing, he turned away from it and left it alone. When he did get drunk and he did commit adultery and it was brought up to him, guess what? He confessed it and left it alone. That's why the Bible tells us in the New Testament to let that mind that was in Christ Jesus be in us. God had to change it. If he would have said heart, let the heart being you that is in Christ Jesus, we're to use it as a whole nother term. But he say, let this mind be in you that was in Christ Jesus. That means we got to change the way we think. We got to connect to a kingdom mentality. And if you a king or a priest of your home, you got to change the way you think. You can't be slutting the women out. You can't be smoking and drinking and clubbing day in and day out. You can't be walking around with your pants below your butt. You understand what I'm saying? I know this ain't a message that you might want to hear, but I'm telling you, it's needed because we as a people need to wake up. You understand me? This is G Bishop, the voice of the body, your kingdom leader, coming to you with a midnight snack. I love you.